She almost passed out. "What are you doing, Winnie?" Yeah, she wasn't going to give up on calling me Winnie anytime soon. Still sucked, still put up with it. "Just playing a game." Walking fast toward my desk as if she couldn't already see what I was wearing, her wide eyes scrolled up and down my body a few times. "You're going to be late," she cried. I cringed. "Yeah, I'm not going." "You're not going?" A dumbfounded smile took over her wrinkled face. "Nope, staying right here." "Winnie, dear, you have to. I've already spoken to Amelia. She expects you to be there." Right. I totally forgot that my landlady and my aunt spoke regularly on the phone now, and they had become very close friends. Miss Riley even made me drive her all the way to Bloomsburg twice since I came back, just so she could go drink tea with Amelia. "I'm busy. Working on a case," I lied. Not that I didn't want to talk about it, but... Okay. I didn't want to talk about it. See, there was an event being held at one of the biggest event venues in Manhattan. They had it all prepared. Pretty decorations on the tables, the fanciest dinner ever cooked, and a band with violins and harps and pianos and whatever. Oh, did I mention the fairy royalty that was going to attend? "Don't know why. I already told her I wasn't going," I mumbled. Maybe not in so many words, but I did stay very silent for a second or so after Amelia said, "You're going, right?" And then I changed the subject. Couldn't get more obvious than that. But... Behold, my landlady was at a loss for words for the first time since I met her. For a second. "But, Winnie, you defeated that fairy guy. Everybody is going to want to see you there." Actually, only a few people know about what happened. Remember, Ms. Riley? You're not supposed to talk about it with anyone. Ever. No idea why Amelia had told her the story, but she'd promised she wouldn't share it. I did trust my landlady, but she was old. It wouldn't be too hard for her to forget about the promise she made. "You're being whiny. I don't like it. Go get dressed," she demanded, crossing her arms in front of her chest. I put my feet down and straightened on my seat. No. A fancy dinner in a fancy place with fancy people and fairy royalty was not my kind of a party. I was not being whiny. I just didn't want to be there because Julian Walker was going to be there. It had been almost 3 weeks since I killed Galladar in the fairy realm and came back to Earth. 3 weeks was a long time, especially since Julian had told me himself he'd be here as soon as everything was over. Now, I wasn't mad or anything. Well, to be honest, I wasn't sure if I was mad or not, but I was sure about one thing. I did not want to see him in that setting with all those people around. I'd rather wait for whenever he decided to come see me in my office. Ms. Riley offered me her hand. "The keys." I looked up at her face. "Beg your pardon?" "The keys to the roof. Now." And she waved her hand to tell me to hurry. I smiled. "Ms. Riley, come on." She couldn't be serious. For the past 4 days, she'd let me use the roof of the building to train. I'd had no idea how much I'd actually missed training until I found myself up there, all by myself, with nothing on my mind but the movements of my body. I'd gotten so excited. I'd gone and bought secondhand training gear, too. And she wanted to take it all away from me now? "I know why you don't want to go, and I'm tired of seeing you holed up in here all day. You're either going, or you can forget about the roof and train here instead," she said, her voice so much different from the one she always used. "You know I can't train here. There's no space," I cried. It was why I'd asked her for the roof in the first place.